Hey guys, another Demo Slot Reviews here, and this is the Demolition Derby 132 scale Scalextric set, and we're quite excited about this one because, as it says, it's quick build, which, it pretty much means Lego, but, it's obviously not a Lego product. It's a building brick product, and we're quite excited because that's how, it's two of our favourite things put together. It's Lego and cars. So, we're just going to have a quick look at the box and see the design of it. So the design's pretty good, bright colours, it's showing the cars breaking apart, and it's basically showing you what it does. It says Metal Alien versus White Skull at the bottom there. Just show it up off a bit. Yeah. And it says for ages 5+, which is quite interesting because normally Scalextric set is for 7+, and the start sets are for the younger range, and the Micro Scalextrics is for the younger range as well. But because these cars have been built to crash into each other and take hits and break apart, they've aimed it at the younger audience. Now, obviously, they've aimed it at the younger audience and also kids that never really grew up, so which is like us. So we're just going to take a look at the box. It's already been set up, that's why the box is quite easy to manoeuvre like that. You've got the handle as well, which is quite fun, and they've got the sort of slogan of it, which is race, build, race, destroy. So you don't need to tell kids to destroy. Really, to all kids, it's just drive as fast as you can and crash into every other car that's on the field, which is also going to make it, more appealing to the children because they're just going to love to crash into each other. So you got like the little hatches at the bottom here, quite easy that come out, and you got a little sticker to protect it. So on the back here, it's basically just advertising, sort of making it appealing to buy. And you've got at the bottom here sort of the exploded image of a car where you sort of build it together, adjustable drivers, clip-on wheels, which is an interesting, exclusive to this car feature, and apart from the fact that you build it as well. And you've got the parts as well, so you can have a red and purple car, or you could have one car that's completely purple but with a bit of red on it or whatever, so you can mix it. Also, you got Scalextric advertising their channel, like official Scalextric, follow us on Twitter and the Scalextric page on Facebook, and you just got showing you where the chicanes are on the track to crash into each other and stuff. So that's the box, pretty standard, pretty good in the fact it's got a handle, easy for transport in it. I'll show you the inside. All the tracks, there's no track in there, but I can show you the layout of the box. Open it. So, and in there you've got, where you would have is the cars were there, the power pack was there, the controllers were there. The chicane, the straights were there with a couple of corners, the corners were here, and the power pack and everything. So you've got a massive polystyrene template which helps you put it all back together, which is good for storage, which is pretty standard to Scalextric. Now here you've got a packet, so sort of set instructions obviously with stickers all there, and also, like you may have heard me say that they gave you a 2012 catalogue in the Fast and Furious 6 set. Now this one, because obviously it was brought out a little bit later than the Fast and Furious 6 set, they've given us a 2013 mini catalogue, which I'm quite happy about because I was looking forward to one of these because they're quite easy to mark out. So you just mark off whichever one you want. The first one I got off a car when I bought off eBay. Someone sent it, which was quite cool. But obviously in the catalogue as well, you've got it there, and it's got a whole page to itself because it's an important set. I would say this is the most anticipated set of the year for me. I also believe it will be quite popular. I'll be very surprised if this doesn't sell or people don't. I'll be very surprised if it's not very popular on my YouTube channel as well. I would think that this one will be quite popular, and that's why I made an effort to go and get it. So also we'll just sort of have to wait and see how, obviously near Christmas this is going to become very popular, and I think this would be a great present as well. And generally, as a set, I think this is one to have for collection purposes as well, because this is the first of its type. No one's done a quick build block car which breaks apart. I mean, people have sort of been fiddling or thought about the idea for years of it to have a car that brakes, but no, we can't have that sort of thing. Scalextric have brought out many sets in the past where you get NASCARs or just single mold cars that you crash into each other, and they're called crash and bash and stuff like that. So it's now for it to have a proper purpose-built car to take the punishment. It's going to be very interesting. Right, we're going to move on to building the car. Now, it's going to be, I'm just going to have the car out and I'm just going to quickly build it, and I'm just going to show you the pieces and I'm going to tell you how easy it is to build. So here we have is the purple car. It looks a bit blue, but it is definitely purple. Now there's 13 pieces to this car, but you can't put all 13 on at a time because you have the option to make it convertible, and also you have the option to have a engine cover or an exposed engine. So that's quite interesting as well. They're giving you an option which makes it more customizable, makes it more fun, makes more possibilities, and just, you know, it is good for the actual car. Now we include the base in with that as well, and the amount of pieces, but we didn't include the wheels, so technically it's 17 pieces including the wheels, actually 18 because these front wheels come off as well. So that's also an interesting feature. You may be able to crash the car so hard that your front wheels pop out, a bit like Formula 1. So also the wheels come off, which I mentioned earlier. That was quite easy to pull off. So I doubt that will pop off during a crash, but you just never know. Okay. So here we go, we'll just start. Before I begin, it's got a inline drive motor, which is 18,000 revs as well, and just a standard magnet quite close to the rear axle, which will be good for grip. So you start by putting on the light pieces, front light wheel arches on. Now I'm going to put the exposed engine on. Just slide it in like that. And these are the side pods, or the doors. Then you put the rear wheel arches on, and then you put it so the longer part of the cover comes down and meets the side skirt of the car. And then you slide that bit in quite nicely like that. Put the rear on. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do convertible. Yeah, we're going to do convertible. So, this is how the glass goes on. It's quite an interesting shape. So you put it on like that, and there we go. And then it goes in like that. So, before you do that though, I'm going to stick the driver in. Let me just have a little talk about the driver. The driver has no hands. There's no steering wheel for these cars either, which is a bit unfortunate. And he is pretty much the same size as a Lego figure. This is an official Lego figure. This is a Han Solo from a few years back. But I'm not going to get into him. And got the same sort of design on the back there, holes in the back of the legs, etc. Now on the box he has a black body, but he doesn't here. He's pretty much like the Stig, so that's pretty cool. If you like Top Gear, you got a Stig driver, a Stig Lego figure there. I mean, he's got no hands, but you know, he doesn't need hands. He's a Stig. And he put his legs straight, just slot him in there. You can put him in as loose as you want. He's going to pop out when you crash it anyway, so I mean, he's quite fiddly to get in there. Then you put the glass around him, and this is the final bit, the convertible bit. Just need to find, yep, and it slots in, and there you go, that's the car. Now that was pretty easy to build. First couple of times we did try to build it, it was a bit sort of tricky. Popped out a little bit, but once you put the pieces on a few times, it does go together quite nicely. So that was pretty easy to build, and that's pretty good as well. Now this is the next part. The most important part of the test really is the test drive, and we'll see how well it brakes and how well it drives. Right, so this is the track. It's quite nice to set up. Now we've set it up slightly differently to how the box shows us to, only because then the chicane bits, as you can see on the left and the right, each lane gets a cut-in bit, so that way you've got a chance to crash into each other. That's just how we thought we should set it up. So otherwise, one lane gets both the inside bits, and the other lane has just got the straight line, which doesn't make it too much fun for the other driver. He's basically got to drive evasively not to get crashed into. So we're going to test the purple car first, and I'm just going to sort of talk you through how it handles. Now these cars are quite heavy, and that kind of helps them stay to the track, because really you kind of want these cars to stay on as much as possible, so as when you're driving you don't crash, and when you crash into each other you'll damage the cars by crashing into each other and not damage the cars by crashing off and ruining them. Now you can get on the straight a burst of full throttle, which is good, which means they're quite quick, and they're pretty good, and where the magnetism is positioned on the car means it's got good grip around the corners, and it's direct drive as well, which always sort of helps, gets power down as well, which means you get and keep the speed up through the corners as well. So that was the blue car, purple car, sorry, and the red one will handle pretty much the same, but I might as well talk you through the inside lane, as it were. So again, pretty much the same. These cars have got good weight to them, good speed to them as well, and they're really good fun to drive. I mean, I'm having fun with these cars. You don't have to overdrive them either to get good speed out of them, and they are probably one of the best handling cars that they do. These haven't even got sanded tyres, that's how well they handle, and eventually if you did sand them they'll handle a lot better, and over time as well, as you go around, the track will get worn in a bit and the grip will just keep coming to these cars, which is good because these cars, they don't need the grip, they handle fantastically by themselves at the moment, but they are fantastic cars, and they're probably one of the best that Scalextric have released. Now we're just going to do an impact test from the rear on the chicane bit with the blue car crashed into the back of the red car. Now obviously there I didn't hit it hard enough, and the car was at so much of an angle it didn't quite get finished off. So we're just going to bring it forward just enough to park it onto the crossover bit, just enough so when we crash into it, it should do enough damage just to sort of show you how badly it is. So there you are, that's a side impact, a pretty heavy T-bone, and didn't do as much damage as we thought we would, wasn't really going that fast, but that sort of shows you a light impact that was enough to jolt the front end of that red car off and the front end of the purple car off. Now I bet if I go and move the car it will fall apart in my hand. Nope, didn't at all, which is quite interesting. And so obviously we're going to keep it damaged because that's probably how most people would do it. And we're just going to do another sort of massive side impact on. Again, not a lot actually happened. Maybe we built them a bit too well. But, oh no wait, actually, there's a lot of damage done to the purple car. So yeah, that shows you, they're all falling apart. The man stayed in, that's quite cool. But they do, they do take a massive beating, these cars. Right, this is going to be a full speed, as fast as we can do it. Now that was pretty brutal. Purple car has been absolutely destroyed. Red car has managed to stay in relatively good condition. But I guess this is a game where you just keep going until both cars are utterly destroyed. And the scatter was pretty impressive. And that was as fast as you could possibly go into the side of one of these cars. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it for the cars and the destructive capability of them. Obviously I haven't put the stickers on them, but I will do that in a later video, show you what they look like. And I just want to bring one more point to the review before we leave, and that is they've given us the new Star One, obviously, the same as the Fast and Furious, which is very helpful because now you don't need to go and buy a whole nother power pack. Controllers, they give you a blue one, so that goes with the purple car, that's how we'll be doing it, and a red one, red trigger for the red car. So this is, without a doubt, one of the best sets that Scalextric have produced, and it's probably going to be a very popular one, and I can't really blame them. It was a good move, it was a good idea, whoever thought of it, and I'm kind of hoping they'll release maybe some more colours, but I saw on their Facebook page they said they weren't planning on actually doing any more, but you can build your own, which is the best part about it. If you buy some off eBay or whatever from find them on their own, buy one, then you can build your own. So yeah, that's the review. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Please leave comments, and also let me know what you'd like to see in the possible future, and please keep watching as well. I appreciate that you guys watch the videos, and it means a lot, and you guys do like loads of the videos and comment as well, so it's very helpful and I appreciate it. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and watch the next videos and watch some of the other ones.